we've all had a good rest. Oh yeah, enjoy the sandbed, people. Oh my goodness, how could he sleep in that? Yeah, man. Um, I'm a hard rester, and with that restoration, we have reached the nation that we've all been craving. It's the Koopa. It's the quest to be the best by myself because that's all I got. That's all you'll have. That's all we'll ever have. Ah! But we can add more, and so on my quest to add more, we have our boy here, our Lucas, Black DC3 Lucas. So today, starting a new version. Well, I mean, like slightly new. It's 3.2. You know, the good old 3.2, the Ice Realm. And quite a few interesting things will happen. Quite a few interesting people will meet. We'll continue on with the good old realm analogy for the internet. The ice realm is pretty interesting. It's an interesting realm. I would say it relates to a lot of the forbidden areas of the internet, the iceberg videos, if you will. So this is the obscure stuff. Generally, a lot of the internet disagrees with the mere existence of this concept or thing. And it pertains to a lot of things. Some things may be pornographic, So I will say a lot of things like the different fetishes that are kind of extreme. Certainly. I'd say a lot of the drugs and obtaining illegal-ish things, but it's not really about that. It's more about the opinion of morality on these things and people just being like, no, that should not exist. Don't do it. My morality. Yeah, this is more of a morality thing. So this is the forbidden stuff. The taboos. I'd say at the top of the iceberg. Where the water is. You would have like the stepsister stuff on Pornhub. You know what I'm saying? The taboo stuff like that. That people are like, ooh, you probably just, hey man, don't fuck your brain a little bit. That's a little weird to do in real life or even think about that kind of stuff. So as we get into this, the analogy will come clearer and clearer to you. As far as our cosplays go, I'm walking through the lava because we got our passage mist on. And we have Duster here, as you've seen. We got our Duster, the thief. And we have Flint. Flint the pirate. We're still rocking Flint for a little bit. Um, and that's what we'll do for this first little half of our island. We're still rocking the Earthbound. I hope you guys have been loving these intros. I've been loving these intros. And it's only gonna get better in the damn ice realm. So continue on. We grind on in solo quest. Let's enjoy this cutscene. See what we're working with here. See how this realm looks. And the rabbit hole only grows deeper, my guys. I do have quite a few plans for the end of this video and the end of the concepts of this, and it gets pretty interesting once you get down into brass tacks in some of these last realms. For the story analysis that I've kind of developed here. It's really cool. It's really cool. Not to toot my own horn, but I just love the story and scenarios of this game a lot. They're goofy, but it's the goofy basic things that you can really pull a lot out of, just depending on what kind of person you are. And also the graphics in this game, top notch in my opinion. Well, once again, I'll just say it, like if World of Warcraft just let me color all of the equipment and change my color of all my weapons, I would love it a lot. If Final Fantasy kind of does that, but yeah, it's very easy to do it in this game. It's very easy, and getting to the end game parts, it's very fun. It's very fun. So we already got tragedy immediately. People are dying. The ice realm ain't fun. Um, people can't take it. This is harsh weather. Nobody loves this, quote unquote. You have those one or two people that are like, yeah, ice realm shit. But for the most part, it's a dirty place, dirty dark place. You're gonna be looked at strange. It's cold. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So she's gonna take him back. We're going to the town by ourselves now, and you'll see we'll meet some familiar faces. Podcast wise, what do I want to talk about today? What do I want to talk about today? So, I'd say what's on my mind. Um, Well, what's on my mind immediately is that I don't know where my phone is. So I guess we're just gonna have to freeball whatever we're getting on the podcast about. I will talk about new new beginnings. Because we are at the start of a new version, and I am at the start of a new crossroads, if you will. Today is what do you call it? June 23rd, about to be 4th of July, and I have indeed lost my job now. I told you guys I'm trying to switch jobs for a minute. I was trying to monkey branch. And then oftentimes when you tell your management you're trying to monkey branch, it just don't work out right. So, we're just doing the unemployment thing, gonna work on some saved money, hopefully not go broke, all that good stuff. But the thing about that is, you have to treat these quote unquote failures as just a state of life. No one's a superhero. We're all gonna take damage. We're all going to take hits, but you just to realize, hey, there are healers in your life. You know what I'm saying? You'll take damage, but you know who to go back to recharge, to get your stats up, and then get back out there and start jamming your sword into the ground and summoning lightning bolts. So that is the basics of this talk, but I'll go more in depth a little bit. But you just have to look at it a different way, because the thing is the horrifying truth of the world. We're all average. The only thing that separates these crazy deities we see, quote unquote, the Yumeis, all the famous people. The only difference in them is just consistency and a lot of misplaced confidence. It's the confidence that makes you keep going and knowing that you're the best, no matter how many people are going to smack you down. And a lot of the times, they get there through underhanded, deceitful tactics. Like, me, for example, I'm not telling anyone I'm starting this YouTube channel. I'm not even really telling people of the guild that I actively play this game with that I start this channel. So it's not like I'm hiding it. Of course. But the fact is, nobody really cares, especially not the people in your real life, especially not the people that you've met, or even the people you game with. Nobody really cares about you actually trying to, become, ergo, say, greatest entertainer of all time. Just let's just say, if I was, because I am, but if I was, nobody would care. So I can't really just throw that out there to anyone who's willing to listen to a word I say. That's gonna permeate the vision. There's gonna be a whole bunch of eyes looking at me for that. And if that doesn't happen in the next 10 years, I'll feel that weight. So I personally so happy that not a lot of people watch this, so that I feel like it's a new beginning every time when I open the podcast. And it's truly just for me, not something that I have to like prove to anyone. There'll be fails, there'll be falls, there'll be treasure that is lost, but you have to keep moving. Keep moving. And as a matter of fact, I forgot which way to go in this damn world map. It's a really cool one, but very confusing. You'll see a lot of dead dragons. Essentially, in my eyes, the metaphor goes deep with these dead dragons, because there are a lot of sort of safe havens on the internet for these types of forums and things. If you go to the deep crevices of the JB on Reddit community, the lolly community, a lot of these places used to be dragons of power in the Forbidden Realm, and now, oh no, oh no. Yeah, no, they don't exist anymore. They don't exist anymore. You could probably tell by my general, the way I discuss these topics, my opinion on them. But, I definitely don't want to commit any crimes in real life. And that is a real thing. It's not like a joke. Like, guys, this is bad to consider doing any of these dead forbidden dragon things, fucking cousins and, developing drugs and, I don't know, having relations with people under 18. It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea, and we all need to know this. But I feel like the right treats this information like, oh my gosh, nobody knows, and they're all trying to do it. Oh my god, and I'm like, no. It's not the way the world works. There's only a couple of us fucked up individuals that even really jump onto these kinds of things. And then of that, it's like people who are just morbidly curious, and then just like, okay, well, that's the thing there. It's mostly just an attraction to purity and being alone in our thoughts of finding the one who is truly there for us. It's more of attraction to purity and loneliness. And once you realize that, you're like, man, very sad that so many people have this. It's like, really, did the misplacement of beauty over everything really fuck us up that bad? Because I've been attracted for a long time just because of the misplaced confidence thing. You don't really have to work on your appearance. You just have to once again, consistently stick to something and then people will buy it. Like I almost started a whole trend in my high school just because I had a style. I've always had a style. I've always wanted a style. So I just got one. And you can change that, you can alter that, you can do whatever you want with it. But the thing is, if you confidently believe you are that guy and are consistent in it, people will flock to you. So I've always had that. I don't really understand this fact that people would be so lonely that they would feel like the only option is to commit some kind of crime. Like nobody really wants you, or the people that want you aren't like up to snuff beauty wise. Like I don't get that. I don't get that because I've even developed attraction for people that I didn't think were attractive at first. Like that's happened to me quite often just because I come in with kindness. And still, we can't find something perfect because I really am one of those hopeless romantics that's trying to find a forever person. Of course, I really figured that's not possible for someone like me. I like to entertain a lot of things. And I just often get tired of people. But you know what? Once again, when you show up with kindness, you can either get tired of people or you can start loving people and then get tired of people. You have to find someone who also comes in with that kindness and has your same kind of energy. And I have to realize I have a very unique energy. Energy. So that proves it right there. So yeah, gotta be patient. Gotta be patient. And if I'm not actively seeking it, don't act like I am because I can't really say like, oh yeah, I'm trying so hard, and maybe I'm trying hard not to goon, but I'm definitely not trying hard to find someone. I'm just once again letting what falls into my lap, and that's fine. You can't be mad at the universe for not actively working harder than you are. Just like, oh shit, I'm sorry, universe, I'm not working that hard. He's just like Dustin here. He's like, hey, what the fuck? I was trying to leave. Dustin, we have to help these people. Stop. Stop being a weirdo. He's very scared though because they seem to think he's some kind of oracle. The guy who's gonna save everything. You'll see the oracle has been with him all along, but they're all idiots. Don't we love a natural village chief idiot story? A lot of the times the guys in this game, this I feel like this is an early 2000s thing. But they treat a lot of males as just bumbling fools, and I think that's a lot of the media. I feel like we're all just treated as generally the dumbasses of life. Essentially, the women they're just more attuned to things, and I believe that. I believe that most guys are pretty dumb. I'm not one of them, which is very sad because I have been told that I'm one of them constantly. Not until just recently did most women start saying, "Hey, you're kind of right about a lot of things." I'm like, yeah, okay. That hurts a little bit to hear now, but thank you, I suppose. But yeah, essentially, guys, trust your intuition. I don't care what it is. Usually, as long as you make a choice, perhaps, perhaps don't make it too bold if you don't have a lot of power. But as long as you make a choice, you'll be fine. So, like I said, Estella's made her choice. We're here in the Ice Realm. This is our wonderful Ether Village. No, they do not sell. Well, I guess they do sell files, but they don't sell ethers for Final Fantasy. Anyways, we'll talk to the chief here real quick, and then we'll just end it. Or essentially, what we're doing here is just starting our first little dungeon to get rid of some monsters, Excuse me, that are disturbing the village. Oh, probably should have turned this fan off. I hope the background noise isn't too awful here, but I'll probably just turn my mic volume down. This is our sort of main character here. There you go. You do that in the morning every day, and you will never fail an interview right there. So as you can see, very very big fan of this character. Um, the storyline sort of revolves around the chief and their obsession over the oracle and finding the oracle so that they can sacrifice them or whatever. So Lil Charette is not accepted anywhere, and you'll see why in a little bit. I guess we'll end it after this cutscene, after these this tragic happening. Um, it's funny that he even mentions Dustin, in the ceremony. And she's just like, ah, well. Yeah, gotcha. But anyways, just mentioning that there, it's very very funny these mentioning this in the ceremony. But she's like, okay, you gotta. And then she's just gonna make fun of Vicky's kids. We've all experienced bullying of some sort. And the funny thing about bullying is, I figured this out. It's far too late, far too late. But the only way to stop bullying is to fight back against it. But if you keep fighting back against the bullying, eventually you will become the bully. And that happened to me. It started honestly in like second grade, and then by like high school, maybe 10th or ninth grade, I was like, oh shit, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm the bully. It's been a slow roll, and now I'm fucking terrorizing people. And yeah, that's essentially what we have here. So I vibe with this character a lot. Because you never know how powerful you are until people actually start telling you, get the fuck away from me because I cannot be around you because you're too powerful. And then they don't even tell you really. They'll just start ghosting you or telling you weird things or only inviting you to certain things, only including you in certain conversations. Yeah. Yeah, you're too powerful. You're too powerful. You're too real. I feel you there. I feel you there. So she has this weird thing where she touches people and they die. Well, they don't die, but they feel a lot of things, and that's her thing. We'll go ahead and talk to the chief next time. Hope you guys enjoyed. Go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you later. Baby, that's just not what it's there for. Never make me cry on the dance floor, baby.